My essay is all written, my cake is all baked, and I have my layers all ready to go. Now, what I have is one page of the document that includes my name, course information, date, word count, and under that I completed my course evaluation, which I need to make sure that I did. And then I have the title of the essay followed by the outline. That way, I, as the grader, when I open that, I can follow your outline, follow your logic, and then see the essay that came from that logic. Next, I have a separate page with the title plus the title image. And under that, I have my name by Debbie Hall, and you'll put by your name. I do not need to repeat the course name, course outline, because I want the essay to be absolutely pristine as though it was ready to go to a publisher. Followed under the title, image, and by Debbie Hall, there will be my abstract, also double-spaced. Remember to indent the paragraphs, followed by the complete essay. Under the essay on a separate page, because this is a long formal essay, under that final words of the essay on a new page will be my works cited. Now let's see how I have that organized on my computer. Okay, so I have all the components in a nifty little folder inside that main Woodstock documents folder. Okay, so now I'm ready to put things together. Let's take a look at this works cited just real quickly. I've come over to EasyBib and I've opened up my project for work for Woodstock. And before I do it, I'm just going to scroll through, make sure that I've removed any annotations. Because the final essay does not include any annotations. Let's just take one for example. Let's say that this one had an annotation with it. So I would simply open that citation. So here's that citation. And down here, let's say that I had an annotation in it. I would just simply open that and delete that citation, that annotation, or just delete the content there. Click update the citation and the annotation's gone. Okay, so now I've checked everything, and the most important thing, export, and remember to a Word document so that it formats correctly. Wait just a couple seconds, and that's going to open up in the tray. I'll open that. Saved it over here in the works cited thing. And there it is. And remember, I want to keep this as a Word document because I'm going to be copying and pasting this to the end of my long document. Look, it's a thing of beauty. Perfectly formatted. Couple of places with all caps, but there's not anything we can do about that if it's in a URL or some other things like this MOMA. We can't do anything about that. That's part of the acronym for the website that we used. And remember, if I opened it, I looked at it, it's on this list. Some of these titles in here I did not cite in the essay. Does not matter. If I looked at it, it's in here. Not anything in Wikipedia because I didn't use Wikipedia, but from the Wikipedia source, any resources within that I did use, and I have cited in here. Okay, now let's go. Let's look over my nifty green checklist. Okay, formatted correctly. I have done that. I reviewed the outline, made sure it's in proper order. Remember, the outline doesn't need to be pretty because I understand the formatting issues, but I, as the evaluator, need to be able to follow your outline logic. Now, here's the thing that some people do. Want to make sure we avoid that. Some people take the essay that they've written and then they just take the sentences and copy and paste them into something that looks like an outline. Let's don't do that. I know I've already been to that rodeo. Let's just make sure your outline is completed as you've been working on it all semester. Okay, so, okay, got that. Okay, word count. Yes, I did the evaluation. Include the complaint, detailed outline. Got it. Okay, first page for the masterpiece. Don't need to repeat name, etc. Good, good, good. Title, good. Name. Okay, 4 spaces, not 4, because sometimes I'll hit it 4 times and that makes 8 spaces if I'm double spacing. So 4 spaces literally, essay and works cited. Okay, what are these little notes down here? I already removed all the annotations, so I'm sure about that. I've checked it twice. Okay, number of words. Okay, research methods. I know I have at least 3. I think I have 4 or 5 in here, so good. Everything's quoted. Okay. All right, let's put it together. Here's my blank page to start with. I'm going to go ahead and add a header. It's not a requirement, but I like to do it. So I'm going to add a header. So I added my little header. You can add whatever header or footer, however you like to do that. I just like to do it just in case, because it's going to be a long paper and I don't want any pages to get out of order. Okay, then I have my font set to Times New Roman 12. Okay, and I do this, you know how I do this in yellow, because you know if anybody's going to forget a word count, it's going to be me. So I've got my name, course information, word count, course evaluation. And as you know, when I get through with everything, my word count's going to show down here. I'll just have to copy it and paste it up here before I put in the works cited page, because I don't get credit for those works cited page words since they're citations. Okay, I'm ready for the outline. Okay, Woodstock, title, and now I'm ready for the outline. Let's go get the outline. Okay, I opened up that outline folder, and okay, there it is. And it's messy, but it doesn't have to be pretty. Just has to, and it's a detailed outline, and I include everything. I'm just going to take the whole thing. I don't need this. I don't need any of this. I just need the outline itself. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to copy and paste it. Okay, so I just copied the outline part, and I'm pasting it. There we go. That's the complete outline. It's the best I can do. You know what I will do is I'll take out all of the highlighting just so that it's not confusing for the evaluator. There. Now, looks a little more professional. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, scroll down below that. Now I'm ready to start a whole new page and include my essay. And I don't need to repeat my name, course information, or any of that stuff. I'm going to start a new page. Let's move you out of the way. Okay. Let's just go down here, and a new beautiful page ready for my masterpiece. Let's go find that masterpiece. Now remember, when I go back and create all of this, I get credit for all these words that I wrote in the rough draft. So I'm going to make sure that before I do my final word count, I remember that I have all those words that I'm credited for as well, and all as well as these notes. And the abstract will already count and everything. So here comes the final essay. It's not even counting the old drafts. We have 7 drafts here. So let's go to the most recent one. Of course, most of this was done in December, but let's just go to this one. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up as a Word document so I can add it to the master that I'm creating. Okay, there it is. Let's just scroll through and just check it. While we have the Word document open, let's just scroll through and make sure everything's in the correct format, which, as you know, if you watched any of these tutorials, took quite a bit of doing. Good, 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 looks good, 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 good. Now yours is not going to be this long. We already know that. Now we don't want this works cited because I updated the works cited. So, and we don't want to count the works cited in with my word count. See, it's giving me credit for those works cited, and we don't get that. So let's just go back and do the top part. I'm going to copy and paste it. I'll be right back. Okay, so without the works cited, I'm going to look down here, and this is the word count. That does not count my rough draft, but I'm going to go ahead and add that in up here while I have it before I put in the works cited. Be right back. Okay, so I added that up here, and now I know before it's all said and done I need to go and make sure that I get that rough draft, so I get credit for those words. I want all the words I can get out of this deal. Okay, so now let's go up to the, I'll be right back. Okay, now it's time to check through this. And as when we're on an airplane, items will shift in landing, so I'm sure that there's going to need to be some, I have no idea what this is. This does not belong anywhere. All right. See how that happens? Just sometimes you copy and paste things. That was the abstract. Here's the essay. Okay, see, just as I suspected, you all. These little doodads just moved. Just have to get those where they're supposed to be. Flip them around, get them correct. There we go. Fathers don't kiss. Okay, that's good. Looks good. Move on. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the whole essay methodically like this and see what all moved around and get it all put back into place. Just real quick, do you know how to do this? How to add this little alt text to your image? Well, you click on the image and that brings up this picture format. And then you click on alt text. And that's how you create this little description. And then you can move it around wherever you want it to go. And then you hope to goodness that it stays still. Just as an aside, I'm so proud of this graph. It took so long to get this graph made for me. And because I was elaborate, of course, and I had gotten all of the information about how many people attended in, around, on the way to, on the outskirts of these various concerts of the time. And then, to be honest, I went to Fiverr.com and hired somebody and paid them $5 to build this graph. And then I gave them credit for that, and I gave credit for where I got all of the documentation. And that's the information there, but I also put it on the side as a figure, which you can also do whenever you click that add line. I just want to make sure that that was documented everywhere so that the reader could clearly see where the information originated and who created the graph, which is information down here. Now, you know, when I wrote mine, I created headings and chapters of sorts because it's a long essay. I like headings in an essay. I have no problem with them. And I like essays that don't have them. It's whatever you wanted to do with that. But I included that, and I bolded some things. And why is that bold? That shouldn't be bold. We just fix that real quick. That shouldn't be happening. There we go. All right. See why we edit? This is another example of a graph or an image that required the insert of a red. How would you know where to look in this if there wasn't a red arrow to show you? This is the magic bridge that they built like in a minute or two to be able to transport people from where they were landing onto the stage. They hadn't quite planned for that. They didn't plan for this many people to be there, and so they didn't plan for that, and so that's kind of an ingenious little structure. But just an example of photoshopping in an arrow so the reader knows exactly what to see. This is what I mean by indenting a passage that is longer than 4 lines, where we have the double space. We want to indent that in single space. And this citation looks just a little bit different than the other ones that are inside of a citation in a sentence, in that it's set off by itself. There's no punctuation after it. The punctuation went up here. Okay? Here's another thing I want to show you right quick. This, for the angel numbers, was a book called The Angel Numbers. I was going to use the cover and put the cover in the essay. However, I could not get permission to use that cover. And in fact, it explicitly says in the book itself that nothing is to be reprinted like the cover without express permission. Couldn't get the permission, so I just created an image myself. Just says the same thing angel. You get the idea of an angel, and you get an idea of the galaxy, and so and numbers are in here. So that's just that's the workaround. If I cannot find permission for something, I'll just create it myself using stock images that I've purchased the rights and copyright for. And it costs like 10 cents. Another quick thing just to point out, finding an image like this is so difficult. They played in the middle of the night. As you can see, the background, finding this image and getting permission for it was challenging. You think some things are going to be a challenge. You think, oh, some things are going to be so easy. And then elements of the essay can be very challenging. This one, what a gorgeous picture, huh? Just a beautiful picture. And it includes Neil Young in the image, who didn't want to be photographed but was absolutely on stage. So got that permission and found an image that was clear, crystal, resolution, and looks very sharp on the page. Challenging. But the reason that the picture is important to this paragraph is because the point is that this is the middle of the night. It's pouring down rain. People are starving. They are, some of them are in withdrawal. Some of them are loaded. Some of them are just plain old folks trying to listen to music. It is just the most inclement atmosphere you can imagine. And they had the audience, they were the sweethearts of Woodstock, had the audience in the palm of their hands with acoustic guitars, which I found important. So you have to show a picture of them playing acoustic guitars, y'all. How would anybody know? Okay, so here we are. Everything's been checked, and I'm ready to go down and start a new page. Same document, new page, and I'm going to go get that Works Cited page. Here we go. Works Cited. Works Cited. And we're going to add that. We're going to select all, copy, come back over here to our master document and paste it in. And remember, I'm starting a new page for this. There it is. Okay, so everything's all set. I'm going to go ahead and save. I got to go pick the rough draft and get that word count. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the rough draft. I got this. I can take out that yellow highlighting. Lovely. And I'm going to, I just scrolled through it, so I'm going to save it as a PDF. Remember, I have it ready to go, and I'm going to save it as a PDF. Save and let it cook. Okay, here's our final cake. Let's scroll through. Go through it. On the outline, doesn't matter as long as I show exactly what I have. Some of this is the full citation, and I used part of it. And again, if the instructor wanted to see the outline with highlights, they could. Okay. The important thing is to really review this essay. I know, I'm nervous too. All right, here it is. Please, everything match up. Scroll through here. Looks good. Okay, I'm going to scroll through. I'll be right back. Okay, I've gone through. I've checked everything. I've made sure my word count is there. I'm going to go back to the course one last time just to make sure I have everything. Here I am back at the checklist one last time. Got it. Did the word count. Made sure. I did the course evaluation. Put it on there. Yes, I believe. Yes. For the center, yeah, but the rest of it's times New Roman 12. Made sure we did that. I'll do that. Should be centered on the page. Good, good. Well, I think we surpassed 3,000 words. At least 3, yes. Okay, that's it. It's ready to go. And that's how I would put together that final essay so that the instructor could clearly see everything I've written and be ready to evaluate. That concludes this tutorial on submitting the final multiple source essay masterpiece.